Is it logical to ban the internet as opposed to living with it and using it for the good? It's logical that you're not going to ban the internet. Somebody said, I think the internet is going to become very popular. You're a little too late for that. It's been popular for a long time. So you're not going to stop the internet. But what is an internet? Everybody's so frightened, so scared of the internet. What's an internet? An internet is a machshava zara. You never heard of a machshava zara? What is this, a new problem? It's not a new problem. It's machshava zara. We've always had the problem, and we always handled it. So you have a machshava zara. So don't. Try not to. Stop it. But to say, this is crazy. We can have machshava zaras. Yeah, you can have machshava zaras. So what? So what? And people are saying, no, today the Aveda is right there in your house. Where do you think Avedas were in the past? On top of a mountain? The Aveda is right there in your house. So don't do it. Yeah, but it's right there. Yeah, Avedas were always right there. So, what are you getting so excited about? You got to stop the computer. You got to stop the internet. Yeah, you got to stop machshava zaras too. So what are you going to do? Ban it? We're banning all machshava zaras from now on.
It's not all machshava zaras. It's another one.
No, it's the same one. Only now you have pictures.
You don't have to bring it in.
Huh?
You don't have to bring it in.
Right. Nobody says that you should purposely sit down to have machshava zaras. Of course not. But could you? Yeah. Do you? Yeah. What are you going to do about it? Shut your brain down? Turn off your brain so that it won't have machshava zaras? Chazir a piece of Tanya by heart and use your brain for something good. That's a good answer. So what should we? How do you think? What is your view of the computer? The view of the computer is like this. A generation ago, in times of your grandparents, communism was the most popular thing in Europe. And so many Jews got fooled and really believed that communism was a good thing. It was going to make the world better. And they became communists. So what is that? The test, the nesoyim of that generation was, are you going to give in to communism or not? That was the test. In our generation, the test is, can you handle a computer or you can't? Can you handle the internet or not? That's the test. Is it any worse than communism? No, communism was much more dangerous. What does it mean when we have a test? Why does the Eibishter test us? What's in the soyim? There are all sorts of klippa. The purpose of creation is that every klippa should give in to kedusha, and then everything becomes one. Vayemahu yihye Hashem echad u'shma echad. Everything becomes one because every klippa has become part of kedusha. So what's a nesoyin? A nesoyin means here's a klippa that has never become kedusha yet. Can you handle it? A generation ago, it was communism. In this generation, it's a computer. So let me ask a very simple question. What's more real and more powerful? The Eibishter or the computer? That's the question. If you put it in a simple language, can you be a Chassidish Bacha when there's a computer? That's the question. If there was no computer, then there's no point in being a Chassid. Being a Chassid means your Yiddishkeit is stronger than a computer. Kedusha is stronger than Klippa. Yes or no? That's the question. Is your Kedusha stronger than the Klippa of a computer? If you can make your Yiddishkeit, your Yireh Shamayim, stronger than the computer, you win the war. You win the war. Then the computer gives up, it surrenders, and it becomes good. And it will. Just like communism surrendered. So instead of being afraid of the computer, we have to become stronger than the computer. So when people say, oh, you know what you can do with a computer? You know what kind of Avedas you can see on a computer? Yeah. And you know what kind of mitzvahs you can do that is stronger than a computer? Because the computer is going to get boring after a while. It's like every other klippa. Communism became boring. So now it's exciting because it's a new klippa. But it's a klippa. It's going to fall away. It's going to dry up and rot. And Kedusha is strong. I remember translating the Rebbe's Farbrengens on television. So one of the Farbrengens that was on television every year was Chaf Av, the Bleivik's Yartzeit. This is the Bleivik's library. So the Rebbe always spoke about something that the Bleivik did. So the Rebbe was talking about the fact that the communists arrested him, basically killed him, not because he was frum. That didn't bother them so much. What bothered the communists most is that he taught children. They didn't care if the older generation remained frum, because they were going to die soon anyway. What really bothered them is if you start another generation of frum Yidden. That they couldn't stand. So because he made chadorim, because he taught children, that was why they killed him. So here's the battle. The communists want children to become assimilated into communism. And the Bleivik insisted that they're going to remain Jews. Who won? At the Farbrengen, where the Rebbe was talking about this, Chaf Av is a middle of camp. So for the Farbrengen, the camps from the Catskills, from the mountain, came to the Farbrengen. So there was a whole section of children, they reserved spaces for these campers. So during the singing, the kids were singing camp songs. Psukim. So here, the Rebbe is saying the communists didn't want children to know Yiddishkeit. And here you have 100 children singing psukim. So who won? Communism is dead. Jewish children are singing psukim. Who won? The same thing is going to happen with the computer. The computer is another form of klippa. Who's going to win? So those who give in to the computer, they're going to disappear. What's going to be with them? Nothing. But those who still are saying psukim will be able to say, we beat the computer. It tried to beat us. You can't beat us. Communism can't beat us. The Inquisition can't beat us. And the computer can't beat us. Why are we so afraid of the computer? Because it's a big klippa? We know how to handle big klippas. Don't get so impressed. On the contrary, this is the Messiah of our generation? Okay, let's do it. Let's defeat the internet. It's a huge klippa. So what? We're bigger. Yiddishkeit is bigger. The emes is always stronger than the sheker. The computer is sheker. It's all fake. You know how fake it is? You're allowed to write on a computer on Shabbos. It's not called writing. There's no letters. It's not real. The whole thing is not real. If you write the Eibishter's name on the computer, you're allowed to erase it. Because you didn't really write anything. Nothing is written. There's nothing there. It's a big bluff. And you can use that for Kedusha? Wow. You can take nothing, mamish, babamai, nothing, and learn Rambam on the computer? Who's going to win this war? The emes is going to win. There's no question about it. So when somebody says, what about the computer? The first thing, don't be impressed. Don't be impressed with klippa. A big klippa. A big klippa means more nothing. A big nothing. A big nothing and a little nothing are equally nothing. So don't be impressed. They're making this big conference, this huge, huge conference, all from people are getting together to discuss the internet. That is so bad. You're going to have 10,000 Jews who are afraid of the internet. It's almost like giving in to the internet. You're much stronger than the internet. Don't get so intimidated. Chassid is not afraid of klippa. A chassid wants kedusha. I was talking to the other group. In every important issue, Chabad has its own unique approach, an original Chabad approach. It would be a very good idea. Make a list of issues and 2 columns. The non-Chabad approach, the Chabad approach. Just to know, what do we believe? What do we think? What makes us different?